Hey docs, Dr. Josh Wagner here, creator of Patient Mastery, taking my morning walk through the paddocks. We got a nice dusting overnight. And what I want to share with you in this quick video is yesterday I was on a call with our tribe coaches. Those are high-level DCs who coach inside of Patient Mastery. And the topic came up. A lot of them have associates, and they noticed that when they're learning, you may have heard of the 6-question consult. That is one of the frameworks and foundations of the proven process in Patient Mastery, that initial conversation that every doctor has to have with a patient that sets the tone it's before the exam, before the recommendations, before you go over fees, before you start delivering care. You know what a consult is. A lot of docs forget how ridiculously important that step is compared to all the others. They think the care plans, the fees, and the recommendations conversation is more important. It's important, but if you go through the consult just robotic, just like you've done 10,000 before, the patient doesn't see you any differently than any other chiropractor, dentist, MD, physio, anything they've ever seen before. It doesn't separate you. It doesn't create you as the go-to doc. The tribe coaches were talking about when they noticed their associates learning the 6-question consult, because it's a framework, it's questions. Every conversation is unique and dynamic based on the answers you're getting from patients. Competency compared to connection. It's one thing to check the boxes, ask the right questions. It's kind of like, think about when you were learning to drive a car. Maybe you see your teenager learning to drive, and they go through all the checklists. They put on the seatbelt, they check the rear side view, they check the rear view, they start the car, and it's very robotic. And even though they're doing everything right, you're probably thinking, ooh, you're nervous, because when you get in, everything just flows. It's on autopilot. You're connected to the vehicle. Whereas the teenager is going through the steps, and even though they may be doing everything right, they're not connected. The same thing happens with your new patient consult, your associate new patient consult. Just asking the right question, just saying the right words is a C+. It doesn't differentiate you from any other doctor, and that's when people start price shopping. Meaning, do I need this much care? Do I need this many visits? Do I need to spend this much? Let me go check another chiropractor, maybe an acupuncturist, a physiotherapist, whatever it may be, when it's just competency to connection. There's like that, no difference than in clinically. Like BJ used to talk about that extra sentence. Forgive me if I butcher the words, but that special something. There's a difference between adjusting T7 or adjusting C1 competently and with connection and intention and conviction. The same thing with that new patient consult. That's the person's first experience with you, maybe the first experience in chiropractic. And it's probably your 5,000th, 10,000th consult. Even if it's your 250th, you're probably going through the motions. I urge you, if you want to get far more referrals, more organic attraction, just because life wants to send you more people to have a great experience, because that's so rare with a doctor and healthcare today. If you want to make far more money by people easily paying you whatever you want to charge, that consult is so incredibly, that's the linchpin. When you nail that consult, people come to your recommendations, whether it's later in that same visit, the next day, either one works, already knowing this is the doctor I want to invest in. I don't need to talk to my spouse. I don't need to think about it. I don't need to call insurance and compare. No, this is the doctor. Whatever it is, this is the doctor who's going to help me get back to my life. And if you don't know right now, if that's what your consults create, it's time for an upgrade. And it's probably a reason you're staying stuck at the same collections, whether that's not being able to get past 20,000 a month, 40,000 a month, 60,000 a month, or break through to $1 million practice. That's what we help great, patient-centered, growth-focused, integrity-based doctors do, is create relationships and connection that have you become the go-to in your area. And it's amazing what happens when you achieve that status, starting with that consult. Take a look at your consult. I'd recommend recording it, listening to it, having your spouse listen to it and say, am I different than any other doc they could have gone to this week? And get that gut check. That's the first step. And then if you want the 6-question consult and one-to-one help, integrating it into your practice, as well as recommendations, care plans, fees, new patient attraction, referrals, reactivations, team leadership, hiring, training team, that's the Patient Mastery Proven Process. And we're here when you're ready to grow.